end of 2025, start of 2026 entire photocard collection. I currently have 8 binders. So I have been collecting for almost 10 years now. It'll be 10 years in February, which is honestly really crazy. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start off with my collections that are either complete or they don't really grow very much. So in this first binder here, I keep kind of like really small collections that I don't really have a lot of cards for and they don't grow very often. So first off, in here we have gyubin, and I just have some of her album cards. I think I'm missing one of them still, and I'm trying to get that one, but it's not like a super high priority right now. And then back here I have a couple of pobs that she did for her first mini album, Flowering. And I really hope she does another physical album again in 2026, that would be super fun. And then next up in here I have i.o.i. So I have a couple cards from the What a Man album here. I'd really like to get more cards for them, but they debuted like 10 years ago, so most people don't really buy their albums and stuff anymore. And it's just really hard to find anyone that has any of their stuff for sale. But I did actually find a couple of cards for misc, so I'll have those in my next storing video, hopefully. Then I have Doyeon and Mina down here, because they're 2 of my biases. And they're supposed to be having a reunion in May, I think. So I'm really looking forward to that. Hopefully it'll actually happen, because I remember they were doing one a couple years back and it got cancelled. So that's really unfortunate. But hopefully this time it'll actually happen, because I think Somi said that they even booked a concert venue for like a 3-day concert. So hopefully that's a really good sign. If they do a physical album, I'll definitely buy that and try to collect as much as I can for that. But yeah. Next up in here I have a couple of Limelight cards that just didn't fit in my other Limelight binders anywhere. And then I also collect Niziu, but I only collect their Korean album cards. I collect Rio and Nina. And I hope they do another Korean album again soon. I kind of didn't expect them to do Love Lines, so hopefully they have something planned for this year in Korea. And I mostly only worry about like their album cards. I do have a couple random pobs back in here from Heartress. This one I actually got from like an album that I won in a giveaway. And then I never got the Nina to this one, but she just kind of fits right there, I guess. And I love this page with the little like plushies from the music video. Yeah, that was everything for this binder. Back here I just have like a ton of extra pages that I don't use anymore, in case I ever need anything else in this binder. But yeah. And then next up we have this binder. This used to be my Kepler top 3 binder, and I did make some changes in here. I downsized my Kepler collection to just yeseo, and I'm not really like, I still like shouting in my show obviously, but it felt like this was necessary for some reason. I don't really know how to explain it, but I don't know, I just feel better having everything downsized. So I did keep her Korean album cards and her Japanese album cards, and then I kind of like divided everything by the eras. So this binder is like, oh, it's getting caught. yeah, I did see recently that she is in the process of terminating her contract with 143. So she will be officially leaving Madein here soon. And I'm just really heartbroken about everything that happened with that group. So I was so excited for her to join a group and get to be like their center and everything, but that whole situation is just so heartbreaking. And I really hope they can all get out of there soon. But yeah, I don't know if she'll re-debut anywhere, but on the off chance that she does, I'll probably collect her again and just kind of put her cards in here with all of her Kepler stuff. Back here I have all of her Japanese cards. These ones I kind of combine the eras on pages just so they would fit better. But yeah. And then back here, I actually moved yeoreum back here from wjsn. And she was like my first collection that I ever started, so it's definitely been a long time with her. But yeah, this is one of my favorite collections, I think. And I really wish she would do more idle activities, but I don't think that's really in the cards either, so I do consider like her and yeseo both like complete, since I don't think they would do much more idle activity. But if they ever do, we can always add it into this binder. And I do have like her Chokame cards just kind of in here. Chronological, I guess. And then here are all of her Elsa album cards. And then I need to get like more dividers for all of my binders, but here I keep like non-album stuff for her. They didn't really do a lot of pobs because pobs just weren't much of a thing when they were more active. But yeah, I have a couple of broadcast cards. And then a lot of these other ones are from like merch kits and stuff like that. And then I have like one of her Queen double cards. And then a bunch of Elsa pobs back here. I'd like to go back and get more of them, but I think the ones that I don't have that I wanted, I never see anyone sell them, so. Yeah, it is what it is. Had I known they were only gonna do one album, I might have bought some more back then, but oh well. And then back here, I just have this random page of yeseo postcards. I just had them complete, so I figured might as well keep them. But yeah. I love both of these girlies so much. They're both like two of my ults, so I hope they will have a nice year and get up to some fun stuff, even if it's not like idle stuff, you know? Maybe some acting jobs. So this one is my Madein non-alpha binder, and I did change some stuff in here too. So I have a couple of OT7 sets up here from random like merch they did for their debut era. And then I have like kind of little sections for the members. And I downsized a lot of my Shiro stuff. So now all of her cards are just on one page here. I just kind of like kept my favorites. And then we have Suhei. And I saw she's also with yeseo trying to get out of the company, so yeah. Hopefully she will find some fun stuff to get into too in the future. I don't know if she wants to try to re-debut somewhere or what she wants to do in her future, but I'll definitely support her if she does any of that. Her voice is so pretty. I just hope that she can still do music in some fashion, you know? Yeah. Looking through these collections just makes me, like, so sad sometimes. It's, like, really bittersweet. Because I had so much fun collecting back then, because Limelight was my old group and so was Madein. For that brief time that everything was good with them. And it was always really fun trying to hunt down cards for them. And hosting group orders and stuff. But yeah. And here's my little yeseo section. I have the most for her and Sune since they were my biases. Although most of my yeseo stuff is from Kepler. She was a lot easier to collect back then. I did downsize her stuff a little bit too, but I kept most of the stuff. I just got rid of some cards that I didn't like as much. And I need to go back in here at some point, probably off camera, and replace some of these sleeves. Because some of them are in like bigger sleeves, and then some of these are in smaller ones because I ran out. And I just like all of my collections to like match, if that makes sense. And I thought I was gonna get some more cards for her and like fill up one last page, but I think I'm just gonna leave it like this. Like I said, unless she re-debuts or does something again, then I would just kind of pick up where I left off. And then back here I have a little page for Gyubin. Same thing with her, I just kind of kept a couple cards that I really liked. But yeah, she's so cute. And I really hope that things are gonna go well for her this year too, of course. And hopefully she can also get out of the company because for some reason she still has a contract there. And I just really hope they can all get out of there. Move on to bigger and better things. And then this last page here I have Miyu, Serena, and Nagami because I didn't have as many cards for them. So I just kind of had them share a page. But yeah. I obviously hope for the best for the Japanese members too, but it's so much harder for them to get out of there, I think. So yeah, I just hope everybody can stay happy and healthy. That's what's important. And then here I have my huge madein binder. And I also have my Limelight collection in here. It's one of those like giant 3-inch binders from Meow Cafe. And I have this little like keychain with Limelight light stick in the front. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, this binder is always so hard to show. Yeah, I have this little cover I made from one of my extra i.o.i albums. I don't know why this thing is like, I don't know if you can see that, but like all the pages are super curved. I don't know if like how to fix that. Because I have backboards and everything, but they don't seem to really do anything. But yeah. I'd rather not have to split this up, but I might have to at some point. There's no way to fix that. But yeah, I have my Limelight collection here in the front. And I did collect OT3. Yeah, this whole collection was my baby for so long. And I just can't bring myself to ever let go of it, I think. It's despite how everything turned out in the end. Like, I still love all of these girls so much. And I had a lot of good memories and stuff. Like with the fandom and everything. I made a lot of friends through collecting them. And their cards are all really cute too. I love this page so much with all the pajama cards. I wish Mia had more of them, so we could have had like all pajamas. But her other ones with that outfit were in the other version, and I didn't want to like mix up the versions. These are the same IDs as the other version, they're just like double-sided. So I have them both ways and just kind of double collected them. And then here we have like all the Last Dance units. I will never understand why they had to do so many of these, and why some of them look so similar. And then here's like all the OT3 cards they did. And the concept cards. And then I think these are where the stickers start. But they're like photo card size, so I just put them in here like they were photo cards. And these are a bunch more stickers. And then I was actually lucky enough to have a couple of fan signs with them. I had a proxy go to them, I didn't actually like meet them face to face. But I did have a fan call with them in this era too, so that was really fun. But yeah, I just have a bunch of signed cards here from those. And then these are all signed too, even though some of them are really hard to see, like these two. So I signed black on black. And then here's where Madein starts. So we have cards from the group version. And then all the member versions. So we have Shiro, Miu, Sei, Yeseo, Serena, and Nagami. And it goes without saying, but I didn't collect for Madein Forever or for Madein S, and I don't intend to get any cards from any other releases that they might do. Since I don't monetarily support that company anymore. But yeah, if any of them ever re-debuted in another group or something like that, I would definitely support them as long as that company had nothing to do with it. But yeah, for now I don't think that's going to happen, so this binder's essentially completed, I guess, then too. Yeah, I have random inclusions back here, so this is like a poster from Limelight's pre-debut album. And I did have to cut it up a little bit to make it fit. But yeah, I have some postcards from that same album. And then I have some signed pages from a fan sign album that I got off of Bunjam. I just cut the person's name off of them. And I have gone on the back. I don't know if you can see that very good. And then I have these little like film strips from Love and Happiness. And I have the other version on the back. And then these sticker sheets. And God's on the back again. And then I also had all these posters from Love and Happiness. So I kind of did like front and back. So I had one on each version for each of the members. These posters are so cute. And then these are the postcard things that came in the i.o.i album. The madein. I don't know why they're so huge, but these pages fit them like perfectly. And then here I have some more fan sign pages. I had a proxy go to one fan sign for me, and then I actually did get to have a fan call with OT7, which was really nice. Especially after supporting Shiro and yeseo for so long, and I hadn't met them before. And I got to meet Serena and Nagami for the first time too, of course. It was so nice to have that chance to talk to everyone. Especially because it was a few weeks before everything started going down. But yeah. It's kind of funny because I actually have both of Miu's signatures because she changed her signature like halfway through the era. I like both of them a lot. Yeah. This page got a little messed up when I was taking it out of the album, unfortunately. But yeah. I'm really glad to have memories like this to look back on. But yeah, that was my madein collection. Like I said, this is all complete. I don't really plan to ever get anything else for them, unfortunately. So yeah, I wish this binder didn't do that curved thing because it's really annoying. Now we can move on to like my active collections. So in this binder I have i.o.i and illit. So first off we have wonhee. And I collect all of her Korean album cards. And I do have her mostly complete at this point. I'm still waiting on some cards from Not Cute Anymore. But I have most of them secured and on the way, so that's really fun. But yeah, I have this Walmart exclusive on the way. And then most of the cards on this page, except for this collage one from the pouch version. I don't really remember why it's called collage version. But you got like an OT5 set and then a random photocard in it. And I'm missing the random one because this is the one from the OT5 set. But yeah, all of these other ones are on the way, hopefully, so that's really nice. And I used to have some like non-album cards for her, but I ended up just getting rid of them because it's just too hard to maintain that and try to like get more. And she's one of the harder members to collect in my experience. I think her and Mocha are the most collected. At least when I've looked for their cards. I can never find any wonhees for good prices really. At least not the ones that I need, so. And here I have yeseo from i.o.i. I still need to make her a collage, but I don't have any extra i.o.i albums. And same thing, I collect her Korean album cards. I do have some Japanese album cards, but I think I'm going to stop collecting those and just keep what I have. but we'll see. I like them a lot, but like with everything with the tariffs, it's kind of difficult to order off of Mercari Japan now. So everything's like way more expensive after the tariffs and everything are considered, so. I do have this last dive secret card on the way, so I'll be complete with her. And then back here is where all of her Japanese album cards are. I do have those complete up through i.o.i. I don't know if that's the album name, but you know, that era. I think it is the album name because it says it on the back there. Then I do have some non-album cards for her because I used to have her in an A5 binder and I would get like random cards to fill up pages. But I don't know that I'll get a whole lot more for her. I might grab some just to fill this page up because I don't really want to get rid of any of these because they're all really cute. But it's not a high priority at the moment, so that was everything in this binder. Luckily they have a lot of room to grow in here now since I took yeoreum out of here. But yeah. And then next up we have my S binder. And for S, I collect Soyeon, Cheon, Sumin, and Jiyeon. So I just have this little cover I made of Jiyeon and Visionary Vision. And I do have some random other cards in here because when I bought the Acid Angel album, I actually pulled the Soyeon. And then I decided I would get OT4 for their Oma version just to like fill up the page better. And then here we have the Assemble album. And these are from Hello 82. It's like a USA exclusive thing they did back then. And then I have their Oma version and these little like foam lenticulars that they did. They don't really show up super well. I don't know if you can see them on camera or not. But they fit in here kind of, so I did that to kind of fill up the page a little more. And then I collected OT4 for Crystallize since they were one of my favorite units. And then I have their Omas back here. I always say this, but I wish I could find like a pop set or something from back then for all of them. But it is really hard to find them for good prices. And even harder to find OT4. So usually I can find like maybe 2 or 3 members, but Soyeon's really hard to find. So here I have Love Lucian. I just collected Soyeon. And then here I have Evolution, with Cheon and Sumin. And I have 2 pops for them because I was trying to fill out the pages more. But then they did the Omas, so had I known they were going to do that, I might not have done the pops. But it still looks cute. And then here's Assemble 24 where Jiyeon joined. So it's kind of where the hell begins with collecting 4 S members. And then I have this random little pop area right here. These are just too cute to not get. And it's not often all 4 of them will have matching ones, because usually there's like different units that they promote in for fan signs and stuff, and they're not usually all in the same one. So I'm stuck with only like OT24 sets, I guess. And then here's Visionary Vision. I just collected Jiyeon. But I do have this random Yeon on the back because I got a free Oma that was sealed in, like, I think it was Macari purchase or something. And I opened it and it was i.o.i, so I kept it since she was one of my biases. I just can't afford to collect her. But yeah, I have Hachi right here for Cheon and Sumin. I like these cards a lot, they're so pretty. And then we have a symbol 25. Somehow I'm done with this. I don't know how I did that. Because these cards are just such a headache to find. Especially Soyeon. She's always so hard. And then I was going to collect the other Hachi comeback that they did, because the lineup is still the same, so Cheon and Sumin are in there. But every time I sat down to look at the cards on Macari Japan, I don't know, I couldn't bring myself to get them, so I like the cards, I don't know why. I didn't want to get them, but I just took that out of here. And then this is for Beyond Beauty with the MS and Z units. I have made like no progress on this. I think I have Sumin and Cheon's album objects on the way. I don't have any of the Omas. And that's about where that stands. I didn't even buy the albums yet, so that's why I didn't do an unboxing. I don't know. I love Triple S so much, but collecting them is like such a headache. Especially collecting 4 members and one of them being really popular, and then Jiyeon's also getting decently popular. And Mod House only ever gives us 1 object in an album, even when it's no T24 album. So that really sucks and makes things super expensive and difficult. Like even with these unit albums, I don't think it's any easier to collect them. So, like I don't want to drop anybody, but I don't know, it's just so difficult to collect them. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. And I think they're doing something again, because they just posted something today. I think it was called like Love and Pop. I have no idea what that is. I'm assuming it's a comeback of sorts. I'm hoping it's a digital single, maybe for Lit Pop, OT24 version. If it's another physical album, I may crash out. Like, I need a break. I do need a break. And I think a lot of Wave can agree with that, because like, it just never ends. It just never ends. But yeah, we'll see how that goes in 2026. I don't really know what all their plans are gonna be. Obviously there's a Symbol 26 coming out, probably in like May. So that's when the other ones came out, right? Like May time. So I'll have to deal with that. I don't know if they plan on doing any more units or anything this year. And then I assume we're having another Hachi lineup loaded on soon. But I don't really want to collect Japanese objects anymore. It's like I was talking about before. So anyways, that's my Triple S collection at the moment. Yeah, I do like collecting them. It's just such a headache and it's really expensive, so we'll see how it goes. Here we have my Hearts to Hearts binder, and I have this little like Stellus mini in here. And for Hearts to Hearts, I collect OT8. This binder is messed up too. Okay. Anyway. So I collect OT8 for all of their album cards. And I'm mostly complete on everything so far. I'm missing a couple of focus cards that aren't not on hand yet, but I do have them on the way. So hopefully in my next storing video, we can put those away. But yeah, Hearts to Hearts quickly became like my new alt group. So I really enjoy collecting them. And I think it's really fun. At least for now. We'll see what SM gets up to. But yeah, I do have these 2 robo cards on the way. And all of his Heart Locket cards. I love that style so much. And back here, I put like all the unit cards that they did for Focus. Because the rulebook had like duo cards in it. And then these ones were in the locket. So I do have this last unit on the way too. And then back here I have like an OT8 album card page. These 2 are from the Chase era, and then these ones are from Focus. I don't know if they'll keep doing those, but if they do, they'll just go back here with these ones, I guess. And then back here, I have a bunch of like pod sets and lucky draws, because I do buy a lot of albums to be able to collect OT8. So I try to stick to like 1 or 2 per era, but that doesn't always happen. So yeah, I have a lot of them for style since that was a digital single. And they did a lot of like really cute sets. And I just couldn't say no. And I really wanted like something in the binder to represent that era. So. And then they did these and I just could not resist teddy bear cards. That's like my ultimate weakness. Is teddy bear cards. So I also have this little like kitty paw set that came out at the same time. They know my weaknesses. My wallet will never forgive me for that. And then I have just 2 sets for Focus era. But yeah, I really like this one because it has the pretty please outfits. And it has my favorite little minion, yeah. She's so cute. So yeah, that's my entire Hearts to Hearts collection so far. Not bad for only a year in. I'm sure they'll have a lot of comebacks this year. And a lot more cards, and this is gonna get filled up really quick. So I'll probably have to end up getting them a separate binder for non-album stuff, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. And then finally we have my nmixx binder. And for nmixx I collect Lily, Saloon, and Jiu. But yeah, I love this collection so much, especially having top 3 now, because I used to only collect Lily and Jiu. But yeah, I think this collection looks really nice in a 9-pocket binder. And with 3 members. Especially eras like this. Just looks super satisfying. Yeah, I mostly just collect like Korean album photo cards, but I do have random ones in here that are like Target exclusives, or sometimes they have like a USA store exclusive, like JYP Shop USA or whatever it is that they do. I think they only did that like one time, but yeah. I don't always get the Target cards because sometimes they're kind of boring, honestly, and they're like just like album cards. But other times they're really cute, so like this year they did like little racer outfits. And I don't really collect like concept cards for them, you'll notice. Because their Poca versions usually have a ton of concept cards in them. I just stick to selfies. I've been meaning to replace the sleeves in this binder, but I'm lazy. I was thinking of maybe doing like white sleeves like I did for Triple S and Hearts to Hearts. We'll see. Yeah, this collection's also mostly complete. I'm still missing Blue Valentine stuff, but I'm caught up on all the past eras, which is really nice. But yeah, I have all of these ones on the way for Blue Valentine, and I think both of these on the way. I'm just missing one of Gyu's Chaos version cards where she's like holding an apple. I have all the other ones on the way. And then for the Love Token version, I have Celine and Gyu complete. And I haven't found any of Lily's cards. But I have a couple of extra Celine cards, so I'm gonna have to see if I can maybe trade for those. And then I'll just be missing one for Lily. And then I have made no progress on the Poca version, so I might not collect that one, just because I haven't found like half of the cards at all. And the ones that I can find, they're not usually for good prices, and I don't really feel like paying $10 for one photo card, especially being an album photo card that's still in print and just happened. So, but yeah, that's my nmixx collection. And that was everything for this video, so I hope you enjoyed seeing my collections. And thanks for watching.